How to Be a Stoic, the Three Disciplines of Stoicism. When we think of philosophy, we often picture complex debates about right and wrong, deep ponderings about the meaning of life, and thick books filled with intricate ideas that can be hard to understand. It's refreshingly straightforward. It's not complicated. And what's more, it's something you can use in your everyday life to make yourself happier and more resilient against things that could disturb your peace of mind. For those of you who are curious about adopting Stoicism as a way of life, there are 3 essential skills, as explained by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, that you'll need to learn. These skills will help you lay a solid foundation for your journey into Stoicism and make it a practical and meaningful part of your life. Number 3. The discipline of assent. The discipline of assent is a remarkable skill that helps us make wise and sensible decisions in life. It's like having a superpower that allows us to see things clearly, just as they are, without being clouded by our own opinions, ideas, and prejudices. Imagine you have a pair of glasses, and these glasses can either show you the world as it truly is or distort it based on how you feel and what you think. The discipline of assent is like wearing those clear glasses that let you see everything without any distortion. One important part of this discipline is being aware of how we judge things. Imagine you see a big, scary dog. If you think, "That dog is dangerous, and I'm afraid," you'll feel scared. But if you think, "That dog looks friendly, maybe it's just curious," you won't feel as scared. Our judgments, like these thoughts about the dog, have a big impact on how we feel and how we act. If we often make negative judgments about things, we tend to react in negative ways and feel bad about it. For example, if you always think, "I hate my job, and my boss is terrible for making me work late," you'll likely be upset and unhappy. But if you try to see things differently, like, "My job might be challenging, but it's a chance to learn and grow," you might not feel as bad about working late. So, the discipline of assent helps us become aware of these judgments as they happen. It's like catching your feelings and thoughts in the act. When you do this, you can avoid making quick decisions or acting impulsively, which is something the Stoics, a group of ancient philosophers, valued a lot. You can think of this awareness as a type of mental exercise called mindfulness. It's like being the silent observer of your thoughts and feelings as they happen, right here and now. One famous Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, once said something very insightful. People are not upset by things themselves, but by their thoughts about those things. This means that it's not what happens to us that makes us upset, but how we think about it. Take death, for example. It's something many people find scary. But Socrates, another wise philosopher, didn't fear it because he thought about it differently. So if we feel disturbed, upset, or bothered by something, Epictetus suggests we shouldn't blame others. We should look at our own thoughts and judgments. This idea shows us that we can change the way we see the world. If we change our perspective, or the way we think about things, the things themselves can change in our eyes. Let's look at some everyday examples. You're stuck in traffic, and it's making you late. You might say, "This traffic is a nightmare." But what if you said, "Traffic is frustrating, but it gives me some time to listen to my favorite podcast." By changing your judgment, you can change how you feel about the situation. The same goes for dealing with a tough boss. Instead of saying, "My boss is terrible for making me work late," you could think, "My boss has high expectations, and this challenge is an opportunity for me to prove myself." In reality, Stoics believe that things are just what they are, neither good nor bad. It's our minds that add the labels. Through practice and becoming aware of our judgments, we can slowly remove these labels and improve the way we think, feel, and act in response to what happens around us. Number 2. The disciplined desire. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us how to handle life's ups and downs through 2 important principles: the discipline of assent and the discipline of desire. The first is about how we react to things, and the second is about what we want in life. Imagine you have a plan for a perfect day at the beach, with sunny weather and calm waters. But when you get there, it starts to rain heavily. Your disappointment and frustration are natural reactions because your desires clashed with reality. Stoicism suggests that we should learn to accept life as it is, just as it unfolds, without getting upset when things don't go our way. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "Don't demand that events happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and your life will go smoothly." In other words, we should not expect the world to bend to our wishes. Instead, we should adjust our wishes to match the world's realities. Stoicism teaches us that life follows the natural order of the universe. People are born, they pass away, storms come and go, things break down over time, day follows night. We all grow older, and time keeps moving forward. These are all part of the big picture. Stoicism advises us to accept these facts and not let our happiness depend on things we can't control. The heart of the matter is that much of our suffering comes from wanting things to go our way all the time. When we cling to our desires and set high expectations, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. Imagine you really want a new bicycle and you expect to get it for your birthday. But when the day comes, you don't get the bicycle. You feel upset, maybe even angry. This is because your happiness was tied to a specific outcome that didn't happen. Stoicism tells us that most of what happens in the world is beyond our control. We can't change the weather, stop people from aging, or prevent accidents from happening. When we strongly desire something, we suffer even more if it doesn't happen because our happiness is tied to things we can't influence. To free ourselves from this suffering, Stoics practice amor fati, which means love of fate. It encourages us to not just accept, but actually appreciate whatever happens in our lives, whether it matches our desires or not. This mindset allows us to break free from the cycle of constantly wishing for things to be different. Friedrich Nietzsche, who was influenced by Stoicism, said, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity." He means that we should learn to love everything that happens in our lives, without exceptions. This kind of acceptance, according to Nietzsche, is the key to true greatness. Number 1. The discipline action. For a Stoic, being disciplined in your actions means choosing to behave in ways that match what they believe is right. They think everything we do can fall into one of 3 categories: good, bad, or indifferent. Good actions are ones that are considered virtuous or morally right. This could be doing something brave when you're scared, not being greedy when you want more, or treating others fairly and not letting your selfish desires get in the way. Bad actions are the opposite. These are actions that go against what's considered virtuous. For example, lying to avoid taking responsibility for something, giving in to greed or bad habits, or treating others unfairly to benefit yourself. Indifferent actions are neither good nor bad by themselves. They're kind of like neutral actions. These might include having money, possessions, or fame. Stoics believe these things don't automatically make you a good or bad person. It depends on how you use them. Now, to act virtuously, Stoicism focuses on 4 important qualities. 1. Wisdom. This is about thinking clearly and rationally, without letting your emotions or biases cloud your judgment. It also means being able to tell what's truly good, bad, or indifferent. 2. Justice. For Stoics, justice means treating others with kindness, fairness, and honesty. It's about being a good and fair member of society, not just following laws. 3. Temperance. This is about controlling yourself and resisting temptations. It's like having the power to say no to things that might not be good for you, even if you really want them. 4. Courage. Courage is about doing the right thing even when it's hard or scary. It means standing up for what's right, even if it's tough or if people are pressuring you to do something else. Stoics understand that life can throw challenges at us. They don't believe in being emotionless, like rocks or metal. They acknowledge that they can feel pain or sadness, just like anyone else. But what sets them apart is their ability to endure these tough times while staying true to their virtuous actions. Stoicism teaches us to make choices that match what we believe is right, good actions, and avoid actions that go against our values, bad actions. It also reminds us that some things in life are neither good nor bad by themselves, indifferent. To be a good Stoic, you should aim for wisdom, justice, temperance, and courage in your actions. And even when life gets tough, you can still stay strong and virtuous, just like the Stoics do. That's it for today. Do share your thoughts regarding Stoicism in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos.